Hi, I'm Hazel and I'm with NextUp Asia. And next up with me is Daryl from Aquawalk KLCC.
Hi, yeah.
And also with Body Shop. So Daryl, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. I'm very happy to be here.
Great. Again, for you as well, congratulations in order.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Prestigious top 40 under 40.
Yeah, quite an honor. Very honored, happy to have been awarded this.
Yeah, cool. So today what we're going to talk about is you moving from Body Shop and then also now with Aquawalk KLCC.
Yep.
Probably some of the challenges that you faced and what are some things that people really don't know about either family businesses or running an aquarium. So let's start a little bit with what you've been doing with Aquawalk KLCC. So what's going on over there now?
Okay, so with Aquawalk KLCC, I'm the head of sales and marketing.
Yep.
And right now we're actually expanding. So at the end of this year, in December, we will be opening an aquarium in Jakarta,
Yep.
the heart of Jakarta. And at the end of next year, we will be opening an aquarium in Phuket.
Wow.
Yeah, so quite a lot of expansion happening.
I had no idea that was happening, but that's pretty cool stuff. So with an aquarium, is that what it's called? It's called
An aquarium and oceanarium.
Oh yeah, that's what I read as well, an oceanarium. With something like that, what is it that people don't know about operating something like that?
Well, the main thing that people aren't always aware of is really the amount of effort and work that goes into maintaining the quality of life for the animals.
Yeah.
So a lot of people assume that, like any consumer-facing business, they only see the front of the aquarium,
Yeah.
Which is all done up very nicely. It looks wonderful. Sometimes what you actually see in the front of the aquarium is about maybe just half
Yeah.
of what the entire facility actually is.
Right.
The rest of it is the back of house. So that's
Yeah.
where our veterinary services are,
Yeah.
that's where our life support systems are,
Yeah.
that's where our facilities management is.
Yeah.
So everything is just dedicated to keeping
Sounds
the
very
aquarium running.
expensive.
It is.
What is your operational cost in a month, if you could share that with us?
So it's
Probably
operationally
just
cost.
the one in KLCC.
So the one in KLCC, the operational cost is around 40%, just the operational facility costs.
Wow. Are you okay to share with us revenue as well? So what's a typical month look like in terms of
A
revenue
typical month
figures?
is about 2.7 million in terms of gross
Wow,
sales.
that's a lot of millions.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of it actually just goes back into maintaining
Operating.
the aquarium itself.
Yeah, wow.
So that was just operational costs. You know, we haven't included things like the marketing costs,
Yeah.
things like headcount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that is.
A separate entity altogether.
Yeah.
So you've just come on board for the past 2 or 3 months, is that
That's
correct?
correct, yes.
Yeah.
Came
How
across
did you
from
how did you make that decision to get into Aquawalk KLCC?
Well, it wasn't hard for me because I've always been very passionate about animals.
Yeah.
And very passionate, especially about the sea and the ocean. If I didn't end up doing business, I would have been a marine biologist.
Yeah.
So that was something that was very much on the table for me when I was young.
Very interesting, right? Because you're with Body Shop and then you've got
Yep.
this oceanarium as well.
Yep.
And I could imagine a whole bunch of people saying, is there a conflict of sorts with regards to the values that you're proposing?
Yeah.
So on one hand, it's all about, respecting the rights of animals. On the other hand, they're pretty much stuck in an oceanarium.
An oceanarium
So
and behind glass.
what would be how would you justify that?
Okay, I think what a lot of people don't actually realize, what they don't see, is that with an oceanarium or even with a zoo or any place where animals are kept in captivity, with research, a lot of research is actually done out of these facilities.
Yeah.
There are opportunities for scientists to observe the animals in their own semi-natural habitat, and for the public, it's
Yeah.
where we can educate them and teach them about the importance of the ecosystem, the importance of these animals, why it's necessary to protect them,
Yeah.
as well as things such as, just introducing the general population
Yeah.
to an animal that they may not have had a chance to come across naturally.
Yeah. And they probably would never have a chance as well.
It's very rare that they
Yeah.
would have a chance to come across, for example, a lion,
Yeah.
and to be honest, you're not going to want to conserve something
Yeah.
if you don't know it,
Yeah.
if you're not familiar with it. Like
Yeah.
if you look at a picture of a cute dog or a cute cat,
That's right.
it's lovely.
Yeah.
Everyone is familiar with these animals. You've had
Yeah.
a bond with them, so
Yeah.
that's why SPCA gets a lot of
Yeah.
traction,
Yeah.
when they have their drives. But when it comes to environment,
Yeah.
it's a sort of thing that people think, oh yeah, I've got to conserve the environment, I've got to protect the planet,
Yeah.
but it's a very distant thing to them. It's
Right.
not close.
Okay. So you're hoping that this will bridge the gap?
I'm hoping that this will teach people to appreciate
Yeah.
the environment that we have, appreciate the home that we share with
Yeah.
all these animals, and to conserve it and
Yeah.
educate them why
Yeah.
it's important.
Yeah.
Why you shouldn't have shark's fin soup.
Yeah.
You know, why is it so important to ensure that sharks still exist in our ocean?
Very good. So a lot of awareness, a lot of education that you're using as well. And I kind of trust you because, I'll say
thank you,
because it's still business versus animals over here. Kind of trust you because of the words that you constantly use, which is compassion. So kind of trust you on that one. Let's talk a little bit about who comes to the aquarium regularly. So demographics would be who typically comes.
Demographically, we have about 55% of our visitors being locals.
Okay, wow! I had no idea. I thought it would be hardcore tourists over there.
No, actually, 55% are locals, just walk-in locals.
Yeah.
Another 10% are school kids.
Okay.
And the remainder is foreigners.
Right. Okay. And with that, I mean, quite large percentages with tourists.
Yep.
What happens when the economy is hit, or when there's a bit of a shake-up in what's going on in Malaysia, and that impacts tourism? So how do you guys stabilize your revenue in unstable economies?
Okay, so with that, we have
Not saying that Malaysia is unstable economy, but you kind of get it. Okay.
We have a few levers to play with, and we're fortunate in that these are very diverse groups. So, for example, when the airline tragedies happened for us, that of course impacted a lot of our tourism.
Yeah.
So we saw our tourist numbers drop.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, we were also able to push a bit more on our locals.
Okay.
We counted more on them coming in.
Okay.
So they helped make up for that loss.
Okay.
And on the flip side, with the economy, when people feel like their belts are being tightened, they don't really have that much disposable income. We actually have the foreign visitors to be able to come in and pick up the slack.
Okay,
so for example, with the economy now, so that our currency has gone down a bit, we are expecting to have more visitorship from outside of the country.
So maybe just a very quick one. What is your major? You're a sales and marketing expert, pretty much.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I guess you've got a lot of experience in that. That's where you're at right now. So what would be your major sales/marketing strategy to boost up your revenue going forward?
Okay, so right now what I'm really focusing on is increasing the number of local visitorships.
Yes. Okay.
So in terms of international tourism, that's quite stable. It's stabilized after the issue that we've had with the airlines.
So what would you do basically to get more locals in?
So to get more locals in, it'd be a lot more bringing people in through education programs. So we approach the schools.
Okay.
We work with the Ministry of Tourism. Sorry, not Ministry of Education. To approach them and say, okay, so we've got some kids that we'd like to bring into aquariums. We want to educate them, to teach them to love the environment, to teach them to grow up with these values. And that's something that the ministry is on board with.
Very good. I
think we bring them on because essentially kids are the future.
Yes. Absolutely. I think it'd be great, and I can imagine all kinds of opportunities for you guys as well with that. Let's talk about comparison. So if we compare KLCC, Aquarium KLCC, to a lot of other oceanarians, how do you think we're faring in terms of quality standards, in terms of aesthetics, in terms of moments that experiences that people have?
I think we do pretty well. Comparatively, because for example, some of the products that we actually offer in the aquarium are not things that you can find in other aquariums. For example, we do have a Dive with the Sharks program. So we have 4 huge sand tiger sharks. You can actually go diving in there with them. We have trained divers that bring you down with them, so you have a very close, unique, personal experience with them. That
is there like a ranking thing at all with oceanariums? Like, is there?
Yes, there is. So
where does Malaysia's one rank?
The 4th best in Asia.
Wow.
Yeah, as of 2014.
That's not too bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
What would you do differently? I mean, you've just taken this up in the past 3 months. What would you do differently? What would be your number one priority that you would change or do differently?
From what we've currently been doing, I think the main thing that I would be focusing on is to bring in locals, to focus more on the local market that we have here.
Okay. Yeah, that's fantastic. I've kind of heard about your story earlier as well. So to our viewers out there, coming from really a business background with your family, to our viewers out there who, have that opportunity to work with their family in family businesses or come out and do something completely different, what would your advice be to them?
Okay, my advice to viewers is if they are looking to work with their family, I think it's very important that you're able to separate work and family. So, for example, if you're working with your dad, you need to be very clear with yourself that when you're in a boardroom, that's not your father talking to you, that is your boss talking to you. And when you're at home, you can discuss work, but you've got to also be aware that
he's your dad.
He's now your dad. And you've got to be very cognizant of the fact that when you come home and you sit down at the dinner table, it is very likely that you will be talking about work.
That's very tightrope, right? But yet,
it is.
A lot of people out there think that there's a sense of entitlement that comes with, being a son of a businessman or typically taking over family businesses. So that's the perception out there. Would you agree with that? Would you totally disagree with that? What is your stand on people who perceive children of
owners being entitled?
Absolutely.
I think that boils down a lot to how you carry yourself as a business owner's son in this case. So there are some things that you can try and do to mitigate it, but I don't think you can fully get rid of that assumption. So really, it just boils down to your professionalism and your commitment to your work. So if people see that you're actually working, you're doing a good job. I think it will show through, because you can never really control what people think other than by your own actions.
So true, so true. And you're definitely a gentleman over here. I'm sure you put in a lot of hard work as well. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, and definitely love to have you back on board again. We talk a bit more about Potty Shop as well.
Sure.
Next time
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for having us as well.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.